Hey guys, Jonathan Graham here. Today I'll be showing you how to fold this box here, which is my lidded rectangular box. It's actually from one 2x1 rectangle. This is from a 10-inch by 5-inch rectangle. This will be the size we'll be making today. It's actually a simple variation of the box I showed in my last video, which is this lidded cube box from a 2x1 rectangle, perfect square. This one is a rectangle shape. You can see it's a rectangle. So it's a lidded rectangular box. It's from a 2x1 rectangle. This is from a 12 by 6-inch rectangle. This is from a 10 by 5-inch rectangle. This is the size we'll be making today in the video. So here's my 10-inch by 5-inch rectangle. I took a piece of 10-inch kami and cut it in half, and the other rectangles over here. And now we're going to make the box. So first what we have to do is very similar to the one we did last week. We're going to divide this into thirds first, lengthwise, just like the last one. Just like in the previous, in the cube version, the cubic version. Make sure you do this evenly and accurately because you got a nice box and you pinch it like that. Find your thirds, and now we're going to do the white side up. We're going to fold this over. Now this one, it actually has a few less folds than the cubic one. It's actually a little bit different, in fact a little simpler. Fold it in thirds, color it white side up, and now we're going to take this and fold it in half. Actually I'm going to flip it over and we'll fold it in half this way, and you'll see shortly why we're going to fold it backwards. Once again, we're going to find our third marks. We're going to fold this of each of these two squares. Fold this corner to here, and we're just going to do a little pinches on where the creases intersect the thirds. We're going to do the same on this side. Bring this up to here, and pinch right where the creases intersect, and that shows where the thirds are here and here. Now we're going to fold up the bottom third first. Bring it to the pinch. Unfold, we're going to flip it around, turn it, and do the same on this side. Bring this to that pinch there. And unfold. Now we're going to start the pre-creasing. We're going to flip it over, and these end thirds we're going to make valley folds like that. Just in that center square. Like that. And like that. I'm going to rotate it to the other side, and again, do 2 valley folds. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And I'm just lining up this edge to this third here and creasing just in the square there. Now we're going to flip this back over, and now we're going to do this. We're going to grab this pinch here, and we're going to bring this fold so that this folded edge touches this pinch. Now I'm going to set this down like this so I can see here. And then crease it through. You can see how it touches this pinch here. And now we're going to just flip this over, hold it like this and flip this over like you're turning the page of a book, and make this folded edge touch that pinch on that side. This is going to make the hinge for the box in the end. One of these rectangles, doesn't matter which one will be the top, one will be the bottom. You can see here. Right there, you can see that is this rectangle here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold the sides into the center, into the third here, folding in 1/6. Now this is pretty basic. This is similar to the previous box. And we're going to turn it around and do the other side. Make sure you do your creases accurately so that it's easy so your box will turn out nice. Then you're going to unfold these two. And now once again, just like with the previous one, if you haven't seen that video, I recommend checking out. But you're going to take this edge and bring it to this crease we just made again. Go across. Make sure it's lined up all the way across the entire edge of the box. Same on this side. Fold it to the crease we just made. Now we're going to unfold this one. I'm going to unfold this one. I'm now going to flip it over to the colored side, and now we're going to take, see this crease here and this crease here. We're going to make a valley fold, bringing this mountain fold crease to that one. These are 2 mountain creases, so it should be real easy to see. And now we're going to bring this up like a pleat. So we're going to line those together so they touch each other and make sure it's even all the way through. Just like that. And you can even fold this one over and you can see how they're lined up. And it goes all the way across. Now we're going to do the other end, the other side. Again, not this edge to this crease, is this crease to this crease. So essentially pleating crease to crease. It's just a small pleat, and you're going to make a little pleat, and you can see from the, fold this back, you can see they're lined up, and then from the end you can see it's just a very small pleat. Now we're going to make the hinge of our box by folding in these squares here in the middle. Let me just reinforce the creases. Go ahead and reinforce the creases too if you want. Make a diagonal going here and here. So this crease is going to touch that crease there. And you're just folding inside that box. And then this one will go to here, and you can see the crease right there. Line up the creases and crease it in. Repeat on this side, just in the center there. You can see how I'm lining up the crease with the center here. So this one will be folded to here, and the crease will start at that point. Sure you can see that well. Crease it sharply. Now that's going to be the hinge for our box. Now we're going to flip this back to the front. And oh, actually not just yet. We're going to now fold this raw edge to this pleat, and we're going to stop halfway. So like this. You're going to fold this down to the pleat. You could go all the way, but it's not really necessary. I like to go right to the center. And then you can see, and then unfold it so the crease stops at the center. Turn it around, and now wherever we did this side, we're going to do this on the same side, not like the opposite corner. It's the same side. This will be the box part. Again, it only needs to go to the center crease and unfold. And now we're going to make the actual hinge for our box. So this is kind of a cool fold. We're going to take this middle piece, and you can kind of see this pyramid shape here, and we're going to push this down and sort of collapse it on the existing creases like that. And we're going to take the other side, pinch it, and collapse it. Just like that, and then it's going to fold back on the hinge. There's our little hinge. So we almost have like 2 kind of funny looking water bomb bases on each side. It's kind of what we got going here. And once they're in place, you just push them flat down. And now we're going to make, well, first we'll make the lid first. Now the lid is will be the side that doesn't have this extra crease here. This is the lid side. So we're going to take one of these, doesn't matter which one, and fold it down. Fold it like this so you can see. This little flap will fold in, folds down on an existing crease for our box, our lid. And now we're going to fold this up, like this kind of. And we want to fold it so that, just wait a second, we want to fold it starting with the side with the open, unfolded flap first. And then fold this one in on the crease in here again. From the inside it'll look something like this. It's on those diagonal creases. You have this sort of triangle shape in the middle now. And now I'm just going to take the pleats here and just interconnect them. This is sort of a tricky step, so you just kind of want to be careful with this. You can tear it easily. See that? See how it interconnects? That one's going to go underneath and goes on top. There we go. And now we're going to lock this lid together, we're going to take this other side and do the same. We're going to fold this in on the existing crease and fold that extra flap down inside the lid. And then square off the corners nice. And then for this little triangle underneath, inside here, we're going to lift it up and just tuck it behind the blue part there as far as you can go. Behind the blue edge, or the folded edge. And there is the lid. And now we're going to make the box. So we're going to take this and very gently fold this outwards. Be careful, especially at the corner, because it tends to tear easily at the corner there. So you just want to be gentle when you're doing this. And then fold out on the crease. Make sure that folds down on the... It's a long little section there, so you kind of have to work your way down. And now there's the folded over edge, and now we're just going to get the hinge adjusted. So I'm going to fold this over, this lid over, and just push down inside here, just on those 2 points, triangles, to get the hinge kind of in place, so it'll close nice. And now we can reopen that hinge. And now to lock the front of the box, you're going to fold this up sort of like this. Doesn't matter which one you do first this time. You're going to fold this down and fold on the crease like this. This is what it looks like from the back. On the other side, push down, the triangle sits in the bottom nicely like that. And once again, we're going to interlock these little pleats here. I'm going to do it from the back so you can see here. This one you just tuck underneath the white there, and the top one tucks in. Basically those 2 pleats are interlocked. And now we're going to take this corner of this outer flap and fold it in a little bit. So make a little angled corner. This is just to make it easier for this next step, which is tucking this flap underneath the one that's underneath. So this is sort of tricky to do. You kind of have to lift the color change, the other one. You want to be gentle too, because it can tear easily. See there? Just tucking it underneath the other one. And now the last step is take this little triangle. You could stop there if you wanted to, that would probably work. But just to clean up the inside a little bit, I'm going to take this triangle, just like we did with the lid, fold it up, push it against the side, square off the corners, and it's going to tuck under this little slit right there, little pocket. You can kind of see right here, see? Tucks underneath there, and then push it in nice and flat. And that is pretty much the finished box. And I like to sort of push in a little bit on these corners, just on the color changed area, or in this case the white area, just a little bit on the corners like that, and that allows the lid to fit on nicer. And so then you can fold the lid over, and it should just kind of fit on top. There, just like the square version was. And there it is. There you go. Rectangular gift box. You can kind of go around and crease these edges better. And it should stay closed for you pretty well. And that's it. The lidded rectangular box from 1 square of paper. That actually worked pretty good, but I actually find it sometimes works better with slightly stiffer paper. But anyway, there it is. That did work just fine, and it opens up like that. And there is the rectangular gift box with lid folded from 1 square sheet of paper, 1 2x1 rectangle. Hope you're able to make that one. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.